Hey guys, it's Matt again from the After Hours Auto Body. This is going to be video 1B. It is about, I've been at this about 3 hours now since the last video. I can kind of give you the lowdown here. I got this gate busted down with 320. That is the dent. There was a pretty good crease there. Used about 4 of the pins on those. There's a couple little chips. You can see that. Those are actually just filled with glaze. They don't have rust in them. I fill them. That avoids a big primer spot, a big feather edge area. As you can see, I got all the trim out. Take all the hardware out, especially on a color change. Kind of have to. This is the bedside. Fuel doors off, flares off. I did start some sanding. What I try to do in between filler when it's curing is I grab a DA and I start sanding down and prepping for prime. This is sanded down. There's a couple bigger chips there that had rust in them, so I feathered those out. That's all pretty much 320. There's that big dent there that was kind of ugly. That came out really nice actually. I used 3 or 4 pins on that also. You can see there's, it may need to be reprimed, but for a starting, for first round of primer, that's fine. There was a little dinger there, little dinger there. The rest of the top of the bed rails, I'm not going to worry about because we are going to either spray those with bed liner or they are going to get bed rail caps. I guess we got the decals off, flares are off, and luckily, no rust over the wheel wells. I'm thinking this box spent a lot of its life upside down, and by looking at the taillights a little bit closer, this has actually got the 02 and older style Chevy taillight in it. So unless they used a different taillight on 3/4 and 1 ton trucks, it's got a 1/2 ton taillight type in it. But from what I've seen, usually 03 has got a different taillight in it. There's the flares. De-trimmed everything there. It's just easier to take the stuff out than work around it, guys. I mean, it's not a big deal. So that's a little bit there. I'm walking around to this side. I'm still working on the video camera stuff. I was looking at, that's that crease. I was looking at the Kodak PlaySport, and I really would like that one, but did some looking online. One, it's hard to find for me locally. I'd like a little more information on it before I buy from like Amazon or eBay or something like that. But I hear rumor has it that Kodak's actually going out of business. I'm not sure if I want to spend that kind of money on a product that may not be around. So this is my progress for the night, guys. What I'm planning on doing is there is going to be some paint work on the truck itself, and this truck may get a 2-tone. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to prime this, and I think if it works out at the same time that I prime the bed sides, I'm actually going to cut in the bulkhead of the box here. So when it comes time to do the rest of the truck, which is just a couple dings low, and then possible 2-tone and then painted flares to match a 2-tone, I want to be able to put the box on the truck and spray it all at once, and then blend into the cab sides if need be. The storm gray can kind of be a sketchy color, so I want to make sure it matches and looks right. So I might do that. I won't cut in the back tailgate area. At this time I don't think I will, just because it's going to be accessible and it'll be less taping to do later. The tailgate I will probably paint off the truck, since the back side is going to either be left alone or be bed linered. So that's not a big deal. Let me show you a little bit of the products and stuff that I've been using tonight. I'm all for trying something new, something that works. So this is pretty much what I've been using for products. The lightweight filler is your mid coat basically. I actually didn't even use anything on this job tonight. All I used was the this Cargroom short strand. It's very, very similar to the Napa brand short strand fiberglass filler. I use that pretty much on everything first. If it's a little bit deeper than I'm comfortable with on a budget job, it gets short strand and then 1 coat of Evercoat. Just some of the paper. I do use the clean sheets. Love those. It's just so much handier, and they're pretty inexpensive. I think they're less than $10 for a pack like that. I do have the stripe eraser tool, which I use to take off the decals, the emblem adhesive, the flare adhesive. I have angle grinders set up, so I don't have to keep changing heads. Got the couple size Rolox there, and then I have two DAs, one with the hook and loop and one with the stick it. Just depending on what kind of a deal I make or I get for paper, I have a DA already set up for it, and degreaser and stuff. So with that, again, thanks guys for subscribing. I think I'm up to 35 subscribers, and yesterday was basically my 1 week in as a tuber that actually puts up videos. So 35 subscribers in a week, basically being unknown. I'll take that. And all you guys that are subscribing, a lot of you guys had already subscribed to your channels. So and maybe that's how you found out about me. I'm not sure. I think that's how it works. So just a couple short videos tonight for you guys. Again, this is I'm gonna try and keep this series in order if I can at all possible, and keep doing the today is part 1A and 1B. Tomorrow will be part 2A and probably 2B, and we'll go from there. I'm hoping to have this thing actually ready for paint by the end of the week, and maybe spray it and have it ready to put on the truck Friday. We'll see how it goes. The weather here has been crappy, so I haven't been doing anything outside. We got like 30, 40 mile an hour gusts here tonight, and possible snow coming tonight. So yay, more weather. Really getting sick of Wisconsin winters. They're getting to be just pathetic. Depressing, more like. Not really pathetic, just depressing. But luckily I have a nice warm shop to work in, and my wife is extremely understanding and in general awesome. So if you notice, it's actually just a truck box trailer type rig setup. It's not bolted down or nothing, but this is what I use for doing truck boxes on it. Works really good because I can pull it behind the truck, push the thing in with the truck or four-wheeler or whatever, and it's got wheels, so if I need to use a different saw, I can move this thing quickly and not have to have an army of guys here to move it around for me or with me. So that's pretty much it. I think I did okay for like 3 hours, including detrim. You know, if this was a job that insurance was paying for, I'm thinking they'd probably write for a little bit more than that, but it's not done yet either. So I got to bust down these sides with 320. I know there's going to be some issues possibly there on both sides, which is just surface, not a big deal. And there'll be chips, I'm sure, and stuff low. So nothing real serious. I might pull them wire harnesses out, I may not. Just depends on time and ambition, I guess. So yeah, I guess that should be wrapping up the second video here of the night. And hope you guys like what you see. If you got any suggestions, please let me know. Anything to criticize, please keep that to yourself. But this is just what I want to do. Obviously, is when I do get this camera equipment that I'm looking at, I do want to get you guys some video of like in process type stuff where I can actually put this on a tripod or put something on a tripod and actually show you how I will go about doing all this, instead of just giving you ta-da, I'm done, I got this part finished. But just a quick thing like on this, just a quick version of it. Ground it down, pinned it, pulled it, ground it, feather edged my grinder marks with 80 grit on a DA. First round of short strand fiberglass, DA'd it out with 80. I'd rather use 80 on it because then I can go with a finer filler over it. DA'd out with 80, blocked it with 80, DA'd it again with 80, went over it with the I can show you that again, this Evercoat 417. Awesome stuff. It's the best glaze I've found. I've used a lot of different stuff, and that stuff sands nice, the feather edge is nice. It's pricey, but it's worth it. So after it was one coat of glaze, Busted it down with 80 on a DA again just to get the basically any minor imperfections or high spots out of it, and then blocked with 80, blocked with 180, and then ran over it with 180 on a DA, and it's good enough for primer right now, and then just kind of feather edged around at 180, 220, 320. So those areas are ready for primer. But I will take the rest of the sides down first in case there are any issues. I don't have to reprime again if everything else turns out on its first round, which does happen. But I know there's going to be some issues on this edge. There's some paint issues, just chips and stuff like that. And of course I got those bottoms here where those fold around. Those straightened out really nice, but there's some paint cracked off of them. We'll get that cleaned up. So this time for real, I think we're done for the night. It's after 9. It's getting close to my bedtime. I'll get these videos uploaded for you guys tonight if I can, otherwise tomorrow during my lunch hour. And I'll be back tomorrow night. If not, definitely the following. You never know what comes up. There's always something. So if I can, I'm going to stay at this all week. But until next time, thanks again. You all have a great night. Thanks.